Man, that
I hear ringing.
I did too. It's in your ears, he said.
It's in your head.
That was a good one.
That was very quick. Yes, it was.
It's in your head.
That was good, and that was quick.
Just like the voices.
As I was just going to say.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. We have the Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce back in the saddle again. Hello, Miss Kelli.
I'm here.
And hello, Cary.
Good to see you again.
Gosh, it seems like forever since you've been here.
Yep.
Now, we're going to have you take up the first and the last segment because we have a lot of things to cover on what's happening in the Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce. And what that can do for you is to lighten you up, to let you see all the different activities. If you are a business or you know anyone that has a business, this is the chamber to join. So where would you guys like to start?
Well, let's talk about, because we haven't seen each other.
We missed you last month.
Get caught up, right?
Last month we had Citrus Festival.
We did,
and that's always a big deal.
That's
every year.
The weather was like Florida perfect.
Perfect.
And we had the carnivals. We had live music. The bands were incredible. The people that came out in masses were just, it was absolutely perfect. We had a blast. It was safe. Everybody had a good time. There was food everywhere. I mean, just, it was
food trucks. Who doesn't love food trucks?
Yeah, who doesn't love Carneyville food? So.
I know, not on a regular diet. But once in a while, you know, you can just let loose.
Right. But we had some good bands both on Friday and Saturday. Saturday we started music early, and then ended at about 10 o'clock, 10:30 on Saturday night. But it was a good time. The carnival rides were, you know, flooded with kids and families. On Saturday it was packed. Even on Friday night it was packed. They started on Thursday, and you would think school night, but Thursday night, man, there was a lot of kids out there taking advantage of that nice weather. So
now, how many years have you been doing the Citrus Festival? It's been a good little while. I put you on the spot.
As long as I think going back at least 14 years.
I was going to say 14 or 15.
Yeah. I thought it was a good little while.
Only because I see the shirts that are still hanging up in the closet.
Yeah.
And the old posters and everything. And
okay.
Filtering through them, going, all right, well, I see that date, I see that date, but yeah, I want to say about 14 years, 15 years.
At least.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
And how long have you both been involved with the chamber? Just in case we have a few new viewers out there.
6 years for me.
I'm
on my 6th year.
Yeah, I'm on my coming up on my 4th year to be involved. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys you love what you do and do what you love with the chamber. I know.
Absolutely.
We get very excited to hear what's going on. What do you have to say, my dear?
We've got a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We've got some good stuff going on. Well, let me back up first. I've got to announce this because you guys met her before. But we have, at part of the Citrus Festival, we have the King and Queen. We added King last year. It was just Citrus Queen for 15 years.
Yeah.
And last year we added a king, and this year the winner was Kiana Chu was the queen, and then Tyler McMillan was the king.
Cool.
And Kiana won 2 years ago, and the greatest thing about her is she's going on to Arizona State. She's graduating next week. Palm Harbor University High School's graduation's next Wednesday. She's going to Arizona State University, full scholarship for basketball.
Cool.
And she's giving her scholarship back to the next winner. So
she is a delight. She was on our show the last time when she won.
Yeah.
And just what a beautiful soul, beautiful person, great personality.
What do they tell everybody what they win though? Like what do they?
Well, the coolest thing about it is it's a pageant only by name because they actually win a scholarship. They get a $500 scholarship towards the college of their choice when they graduate, and then they get a $500 credit to Huntington Learning Center for college prep. So it's and then they get she got a tiara, beautiful tall tiara. Yeah, I've got pictures of me in it.
Only you, Kelli.
Yeah, I did. I sent pictures. I went, look who's trying on the tiara.
I love it.
But she gets a tiara, a beautiful diamond tennis bracelet. He got some kind of a thingy, a sword thingy. What are those called? That kings get?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but they did one this year.
Something like that.
And I get goodie bags from businesses all over the community, and they give coupons and gift cards. So they get blessed, definitely.
That's
Cool.
that is so nice.
Huntington,
the school. We had the gal, was it?
Terry Davis?
Terry Davis. Terry
Yep.
Davis came on, and boy, she really enlightened us about that school. That's an amazing school.
Well, it's amazing, and most people don't even know what they do.
I know.
And even the people that I would tell, I would go to the schools. I'd go to each of the high schools, and I sit in their common area at lunch with the table, and people come and ask me, and they go, well, what does it mean to get a scholarship from Huntington Learning Center? What do they do? And when you tell them, they're like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
They can help me with my SATs and my ACTs. And even better, doing all this plug for you, Terry, because we love you.
That's right, Terry.
There next Saturday, my daughter is doing an evaluation. It's 3 hours.
Nice.
And they test you in every subject. And they tell you how they're going to do, what their weaknesses and their strengths are. I mean, that's a win-win.
Oh, it is a win-win. I was so impressed when Terry came on and talked about the school. Who knew that this school
would have
was
even
even where it is?
And honestly, I know there's other learning centers in the area, and we work with them from time to time, but what Huntington Learning Center does, it's so much broader than just your basic tutoring.
Right.
They do a lot more than that.
Right.
And of course, they're very involved in the community. She runs our education committee, which is a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
Because you went to the luncheon today,
They just had the luncheon today for the student of the month for this past quarter, and that was Countryside High School, Tarpon Springs High School, Eastlake High School, and Palm Harbor University.
Very
so
nice.
Every principal was there with the kids and the parents, and it's a great time because some of these kids, when you start reading their accolades,
blows your mind.
Oh my gosh! They're graduating with, so far ahead of those of us that have done it before. But it's good to know that the future is bright with the kids that are here.
I'm so glad to hear you say that, because I did some roundtable discussions out in this neck of the woods back in the beginning of the year, and these kids, I would probably say 98% of them know exactly where they're going.
Yeah.
And it made me, I know exactly what you're saying, feeling really confident with our generation, you know?
Well, what's amazing with the high schools today, I have two right now. I have one graduating, and then I have one that's a sophomore. And my 3 boys, they graduated a while back. They've gotten broken down into academies, so you already know when you're going in some kind of a direction that you want to go in.
Yes.
And like Palm Harbor University High School is really big with their medical program. Well, Eastlake is really big with their engineering program. And then there's a vet school and a culinary at Tarpon. And I forgot what was at Countryside. There's a academy there. But anyway, so kids can test in middle school and find out maybe what their passion is leaning to.
Right, exactly.
And they don't have to do that, because my son did the vet program, but he's not going to be a veterinarian.
Right.
But it gave him some direction while he was in school.
Sure, absolutely. And they need that today.
They do.
Otherwise, they can kind of go off to the curb.
I think they flounder.
They do
There
flounder.
was a kid there today, I kid you not. He had never taken a psychology class. Took a psychology class. It was a psychology teacher that nominated him for Student of the Month. Now he wants to be a psychology major.
Go figure.
I didn't know what I wanted to do until I got out of college.
Well,
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'm
This
just
kid-
going to say,
this kid is in high school. He's like,
I was still trying to figure it out.
Takes one class and he figured it out. But that's what's out there. And
It tapped into those emotional heartstrings, that bingo, that aha moment, and you just know when you know it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Another point is, we've talked about this before because we had Kevin Schachter on here from our FBLA program, that's Future Business Leaders of America. That is actually a school within the high school now. And you go and you learn about if business is where you want to go.
Right.
You know, sometimes that's
Yeah.
always been like a backup. Like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do business classes. But now they direct you. They come out of there with Microsoft certifications.
Isn't that
And this year we did
amazing?
chords.
Wow.
They actually have chords now for accomplishing and completing the classes for FBLA.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, don't
That
you
is
think?
impressive.
I love it. I think it's great.
It makes it
what they're
worthwhile
doing.
when people are coming down here,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, from the Chamber of Commerce to hear all the great points of interest with these schools and
Oh,
what
yeah.
they have to look forward to. I mean, we're not some podunk state down
But,
here.
but that's a really good point, because we had someone brand new to our church this last month, and they were talking about schools, and they knew nothing, and they said you can't really find out when you go on their websites. You have to search too much. And I said, well, we have at the chamber. I said we have all the information about the schools, and we have an education committee that can enlighten you.
And we have a
what's
community
going on.
guide that's got them all
We
listed.
do, and they're all listed.
It's free.
Yeah.
And,
Just
you
have
know-
to stop by.
Exactly. Yes, that's the best part.
Chamber connects you, man.
Well, you know, it does make a lot of sense to check out your local chamber. If you're in the Palm Harbor area, the Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce is the way to go. Check them out. Tell friends. If you have friends that are thinking of actually moving down here, maybe starting their own business, or maybe even transferring their present business to Florida. What more can you ask for? The great weather all year round. And you check out the chamber. Go right directly to the chamber and get involved. Don't you find that when you're involved with the chamber, you put a little skin in the game, you get a whole lot more back, right?
It's true,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Don't just pay your dues. Really get involved. And I think you have just a few activities, day, afternoon,
Yeah.
evening,
Yeah.
weekends, right?
It's all spread. Yeah, go over the May calendar a little bit.
Should I start with May?
Let's start with.
I'll start with
Let's
May.
just start with a few things
All right.
going on right now.
So let's start with May the 2nd, which was Tuesday. We had an ambassador meeting at Yaya's Greek Express, and then we had a ribbon cutting at 5:30 at Joey's New York Pizza, which unbelievable. This place is awesome.
Joey's?
Yeah, they got two of them up here in Newport Richie, but they just opened up
Yeah.
a third one in Palm Harbor. Oh my gosh, what they did with that place when they cleaned it out, and then they put everything in brand new. The smells are just amazing. The pizzas, the deep dish, you know, it's really good.
Gosh, you're getting me hungry.
Yeah,
here.
so that was just Tuesday. That was the second day of the month, and then on the 4th, which was a Thursday, we had the coffee hour, and that's kind of like a good morning. Hey, this is what's going on in Palm Harbor. These events coming up for the month. Some community announcements. Usually we have Commissioner Eggers there doing some doing some PSA work or letting us know what's going on within the county. And then today, we had three things going on. We had coffee for closers at Lucky Dill at 9. Then at Carrabba's at 11:30, we had Student of the Month. And we got My Chamber TV today. Really the next end of this week and all next week, we've got committee meetings. And then we roll into our network meeting on network lunch on the 18th, which is at Chicken Salad Chick.
Yep.
Your friend down the
Love
street.
them. She's been on too.
Yes, she
Yeah,
has.
yeah.
Love Lindsay.
Love
you,
Lindsay. She's awesome. And then we also have on May 20th, in conjunction with the Downtown Merchants and Downtown Palm Harbor, we've got Parrot Fest, so the annual Parrot Fest Head Party,
Yeah.
which is Jimmy
Parrot
Buffett.
Head Party.
Parrot
That's
Head
a
Party.
biggie.
So starting at 4 is when the music starts. Vendors will be out there earlier, but we're going to have beer on the streets and be able to walk around and
Be a big festival.
Yeah, a little one-day festival.
Exactly. Lots
There's
of
people
fun.
that look forward to that.
Oh, I know.
And
Yeah.
then they've got that band back, the Chillers, that
Yeah,
everybody was
yeah.
missing last year.
Yeah.
And we got them back this year.
Yeah, and
so anybody watching, we got the Chillers.
How long have you been doing this event?
So Parrot has been going on for probably like maybe 10 years.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, and it's always in conjunction
so.
with the
It's
Downtown
usually
Merchants.
downtown. We just recently joined to help them, right?
Yeah.
It's usually downtown, yeah.
The downtown events that happen in right there on Florida Avenue, they require a whole lot of manpower and previous planning. We have to pull permits from the county, so that creates a time frame that you have to be planning for. So it's not like we can just close the streets down and say, hey, let's have a band.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Remember, we're not a city.
Those
Right.
those around us, like the city of Tarpon and city of Oldsmar and City Safety Harbor, they have the ability to do that.
Anytime they want, pretty much.
We've got to go through the county and make sure we pull the correct permits and have police, enforcement and all that. But it's these downtown events. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of people that put time and effort into them. And those of us that do put time and effort into it, we're all very well connected and take care of each other.
Yes.
Not only as friendships, but in business as well. So.
Sure. And that's what I love about the chamber. Before I did the chamber show, I was not connected. I feel so connected because you guys have it's like a chamber family.
It is.
And then you engage with all the businesses in the community. It becomes one big happy family.
Yep.
And when you're in conversation with people, it may be something about your business or job or something else you're doing. You always bring the people that you know in the chamber into the conversation.
Of course.
You know, somebody's looking for real estate, somebody's looking for insurance. I know to say, you got to call Cary at Whitco. I mean, you know, you just kind of, it comes out naturally.
It comes out naturally, and what's really nice about that is it feels right for the person that does not want to start going through the Google searches and all of that, looking for the 5-star rating and all that kind of stuff. But when you get a referral, that whole know, like, and trust factor, it really comes into play, and it makes a big difference.
It makes a difference because they're hearing it from someone who has firsthand experience.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that, and not knocking them, but the networking groups that you get involved with, usually it's just a meeting and a conversation and a business relationship. The relationships you build in the chamber, they're friendships.
Oh, yeah.
And business aside, those don't go anywhere and they don't disappear.
Right.
And even if you've changed your focus in life, I mean, you've always got that to kind of fall back on. You know, just the other day, somebody needed a job, and it wasn't a referral, but I'm like, wait a second, that's funny because so-and-so just asked me that they said they were looking for somebody.
That's all it
So
takes.
here's somebody that's ready, willing to go to work, and perfect match for the person. So
now, were they a chamber member?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
because
great.
you referred somebody to me just the other day. And I believe the person was supposed to send me an email so I can find somebody for that position.
Yeah.
And see, and I'm not even on the board anymore. I'm the past. I think I'm still only 2 past, right?
You're only 2 past.
Past chair. But
you're not free of any responsibility.
No, I still am responsible.
Heaven forbid, right?
I'm still
you're not
accountable.
going anywhere. So yeah.
But I still have relationships with these people, and I still
course.
look forward to working with them on what's the next thing we're going to be doing.
Exactly. And you know, since I've been hosting these shows, I've been able to follow you and be even more involved. And when I moved my mom down here from Michigan, as I told you guys before, I chose Palm Harbor. It was just the city of choice at the time, and
we love it.
I know, it's great. Anything else you want to share? Because I think we're about to take a break sometime.
Well, yeah, we do have a big announcement to make, but I think we'll save
it for the last.
Save it for the last segment.
I mean, we went over these real quick. How much time we have? Coffee hour is the first Thursday. After work networking is the second Thursday at night. Third Thursday is network lunching, which is 11:30 to 1. So that, and Facebook.
Like us
on Facebook.
Yes.
And palmharborcc.org is our website. And then what's our new signs that we have all over town? What is it called?
Hashtag P for P.
Yep. Hashtag P for P.
Yeah, passion for Palm Harbor.
Love it. Very good. Well, that's certainly enticing enough for anybody that's watching.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Well, we do have guests coming up in this show so that you can get a chance to meet some of the businesses in the neighborhood. And just imagine calling the Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce and saying, you know what? I need a chiropractor. Ooh. Well, we just happen to have a very well-known chiropractic center right here in the city of Tarpon, and they're members of the Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce. So we're going to introduce a doctor to maybe give you some tips. I know he's brought his bones with him.
I love that.
We'll be right back after this.
always.
Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly. Thanks so much for joining us. We have Cary McCord, who's staying with us.
Hello.
And as I mentioned just before the break, if you're looking for a chiropractor, believe me when I tell you, Dr. Shawn is a chiropractor with Tarpon Total Healthcare.
Tarpon Total Healthcare. Thanks for having us.
And it's so great to have you with us today. Been a chiropractor for 10 years. You were just telling me during the break you came here from Wisconsin and you found your home here, right?
Born and raised, did 23 years hard time up there, and then got smart and moved down here, and been happy. Beautiful place. I love it here. I love it. I'll never move.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how long have you been a member with the Chamber?
Gosh, I've been working with Tarpon Total Healthcare for 10 years. I think we've been a member the whole time.
Yeah.
So you jumped right in.
I done cannonball.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So what made you go into chiropractic?
Actually, I was a wrestler in high school and college. I actually broke my back when I was younger. The guy who was way better than me threw me, and I landed on my hip, and I felt my back pop, and I stood up. Both my legs went numb, and my coach said, "You need to see my chiropractor." After the initial, doctor's visits and muscle relaxers and things like that, he said, "You need to see my chiropractor." And I thought, what the heck's a chiropractor? I mean, my parents never took me, and it was, but I went, and the guy helped me out and taught me, Shawn, because my back is still broken, he said, you can never get a beer gut, you have to do these things the rest of your life, and man, I've been teaching that to my patients from then on.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's a little passionate about what he does, right?
I love it. I love helping people. I love what I do. The best thing that I can do for somebody is teach them what can keep them healthy, keep them away from the pain meds. And
I'm so glad to hear you say that, because chiropractic is such a amazing alternative program. I've been a chiropractic sister since I was 19. That was a lot of years ago after my first car accident.
Wow.
And I need a new chiropractor, so I'm going to be hooking you up. But one of the things about chiropractic is that you have to understand the body in order to understand the process, right?
Absolutely.
So I want you to kind of share that with our viewers that maybe need a chiropractor as well.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, the first system of the body to develop, when the sperm meets the egg, is the nervous system. After the nervous system develops, then you've got the muscles and the bones and the heart and the lungs. But for all that to develop, the nervous system has to develop first. So this here is the nervous system. We've got the brain, we've got the neck, the mid back, the low back, and the spinal cord controls everything. It controls, if you think about your leg, it controls where your leg is in space. It controls hot, it controls cold, it controls nummy, tingly. It also controls healing. It also controls, how fast your body can feel the signals going up and down your spine. And it's very important that if you have a misalignment or inflammation impeding on one of these nerves, that you get that inflammation out of there. That's what chiropractic is. All it is just removing the interference so your body can communicate with itself better.
So you have a better flow.
Yeah, you have a better flow.
Energy flow.
Yep.
So the body is set up really to heal itself.
It does. The body
Yes.
has innate intelligence that allows it to heal itself. And,
Yes.
Chiropractors, all we do, I always say a monkey could do my job, because you just go in there and pound around, and the body does the hard work. The body does the hard work.
Yeah. I see. Well, your Tarpon Total Healthcare has a tremendous good reputation in the community. A lot of people from all kinds of different Chamber of Commerces come to you guys. And I wanted to ask you, why is it called the Tarpon Total Healthcare? Do you offer other means of services over there as well?
We do. Well, Dr. John Huey is a diplomat in the Clinical Board of Nutrition, so one of the biggest things that we implement in the office is nutrition. He's got his doctorate in nutrition. He's a big part of the office. All my patients see him, whether they want to or not, and he does a really good job with that. So, a big problem with this system that we have with diet and energy and getting yourself healthy is what you put in your body. So we want to see I always give my patients diet history systems review. For a week, they write down everything they're eating, everything they're drinking. I tell them, if you put a Tic Tac in your mouth, I want to know about it. And once they see what they're eating, a lot of times they are already getting better after that week, because they're seeing, oh man, I shouldn't be eating that, and they don't eat it, and then they feel better. I notice this all the time. So, one of the big things that we do in the office is blood tests for food allergies. And if the food allergies are bad enough, we check for leaky gut syndrome. You guys heard of that before?
Yes, absolutely.
Leaky gut syndrome is epidemic.
Why is that?
No. What is it?
Yeah.
Because I've heard it. I mean, I've heard discussed before, but what is it? Like what?
Well, think about it. So you're not supposed to be allergic to foods. I mean, some people are innately allergic to foods right off the bat, but you can develop food allergies. And the reason you can do that is you're actually eating, and been on a trip to anywhere recently out of the country?
Right. Yeah. Right? Like a cruise.
Right. A cruise or something, like saying you get a parasite, or let's say, when's the last time you were on antibiotics?
Right.
Right. Long time. It kills the gut stuff. All the bacteria in the gut. You've got 10 trillion cells in your body that are supposed to help you digest food, help you regulate your body. And if you splash something else in there, like a bad bacteria, yeast, a parasite, all the miscommunication goes on, and it kills all the good bacteria. The bad stuff takes over, and your body will actually attack your system when you eat some food, and you'll actually develop antibodies towards the food. So the food that you eat more common, those are the foods that you're going to be allergic to eventually.
Huh.
Yeah. So when I was allergic to dairy, gluten, and eggs. And I checked I did a stool test, and I had a bad bacteria in my stomach and yeast, just from being on antibiotics. Without the probiotics that I was taking wasn't working as well, and I developed some food allergies. Knocked that stuff all out, and good to go. Retested, and I'm good.
Wow. Wow, and you're really young for developing that, but I guess food allergies can hit us at any age.
Oh, I had a 1-year-old that had fevers nonstop fevers over and over. Nobody could figure it out. The primary care couldn't figure it out. The allergist couldn't figure it out. She had yeast in her stomach, killed that. No more fevers.
Wow.
So it can happen at any age.
So how do you kill that in the stomach?
I took
elimination?
I took some natural supplements that killed the yeast.
Okay.
And then I had to take a heavy hitter, Cipro, to kill the actual bad bacteria that was in my gut.
Ah. So they do blood tests for that. Very good.
Yep, absolutely.
These are things that the average person doesn't understand, and
most doctors aren't checking for this stuff.
No, you're right.
It's
because
crazy.
They want to give a pill. And I'm not saying stop with your doctor, stop with your pills, but just become an accountable patient, right? Be proactive. Knowledgeable. Ask questions. Learn what you can learn.
You have to take your health into your own hands, because they're not going to fix you. This pill is not going to fix your problem.
It's not. It's lifestyle change.
It is, absolutely.
And when you get older, believe me, if you haven't taken accountability, at some point it gets harder when you get older to try to really get that health back.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not one of those easiest things, I mean, my husband is overcoming Parkinson's disease.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why? Why? Because he's been proactive, and he's taking accountability for his health, and he's doing research, and he's found things alternative to drugs that has actually helped him clean the glycation out of his system. But that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
It's a lot of work to be healthy.
Yes, it is, but it's worth it.
It is.
I mean, I'm so glad that I can run circles around my little 3-year-old grandson now. And I may moan and groan once in a while when I need an adjustment, getting up or getting down and stuff. But for the most part, that's what my goal was, to be able to do that in my senior years and everything. And I think it's a good lesson for young people. Do you have young people coming in at different ages? I'm guessing for sports injuries and different things like that.
Absolutely,
from the schools?
Absolutely. My youngest patient this week was, I think, 6 months. My oldest was 94.
No kidding.
And I treated everything in between.
No kidding.
And I want to help everybody I can. I really, because I was a wrestler in college, I really like the sports chiropractic stuff. But anybody who has a fall, trip, spill, accident, anybody who had an accident 20 years ago, then all of a sudden the symptoms are coming on because of arthritis and degeneration, and you've got these old injuries. The body tells a story. As soon as you get hit when you're 20 in the knee, eventually that knee is probably going to hurt, and that's just the way it is. And you've got to be able to treat the acute stuff, and then when it happens.
And look where we've come in 20 years. So stuff that happened 20, 30 years ago, we didn't know.
No.
And you're right. Now that starts popping up, and you're going, oh, wait a second. How do I?
We figure we're okay. We get in a car accident, we're fine.
I've been in car accidents where I didn't go see anybody. Now I tell my patients right off the bat, you got to get treated, because the stuff can show up. 3 months later, 6 months later. I've had patients who, I looked at their neck and I said, you were in a car accident 20 years ago. And they look at me and they're, how the heck do you know that? Just because of the amount of arthritis and degeneration at one level, that's a whiplash injury. And they said 20 years ago I was in a car accident, but it didn't hurt once.
Right.
I never had, but now she's got pain shooting down her arm, but because of the degeneration, the arthritis, pushing on that nerve, going down the arm,
So basically, if I'm understanding you correctly, you're in a car accident. Obviously, you get the report and everything. And
anything, fall, trip, spill,
fall, anything like that.
Yep.
Go to your chiropractor, and if
out.
you get it addressed at that time, perhaps this will not show up later on, or it still can, even though you may have gotten treatment.
Yeah, I mean, it still can if you've got to do the right things, obviously. But you know, initially treating the acute phase, that's a big part, helping people feel better right off the bat.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a problem, we can still see issues with what's really cool about our office is we've got a digital motion X-ray. You guys ever heard of that?
Yeah,
Digital
I've
motion?
seen one.
Yeah,
They're pretty neat.
They are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's like the sci-fi movies where you can see the bones in real time, you know,
Nice.
the skeletons moving. But what's cool is we can actually see when you've got, you know, a whiplash injury, we can see if the ligaments, the bones aren't supposed to move too much on one another, okay? We can see if the bones are sliding too much, like in this upper cervical model here. This is the skull, this is C1, this is C2. When you go side to side, the bones should really stay with each other. What we see with accidents is the bones are actually falling to the side. They're actually moving too much. Hypomobility there. And if you have that, you want to strengthen the muscles around it. I mean, we had one that was so bad that we had to send her to a neurosurgeon, and they put 2 bolts right up. Now, I usually say the surgery is worse than the problem that you had, but this girl was really unstable. Like, if she got in another car accident, she'd be in big trouble.
Right,
Wow. And so once you've, I know the procedure only because I am a chiropractor. I've been a chiropractic patient for 40-some years, and I don't know what I would have done without it. But for somebody that may not have ever tried a chiropractor, once they come to you and you go through the different techniques and the adjustments and all of that, what is your recommendation? I know everybody's different and all that. What do you recommend in coming back for maintenance?
Maintenance, I say once a month.
Yeah.
You know, that's my goal, is to get my patients once a month. But I'd say this to all my patients: you can get as little or as much care as you want in my office. I'm never going to be knocking in the door saying, "How come you're not coming in?" But once a month is a long enough time to sit in a car for too long, to you know, stumble down the stairs a little bit, to sit in a movie for too long, and these things kind of add up and will cause muscle imbalances and, you know, SI, when your sacral leg joint gets locked up. There's a lot of different reasons why you can have misalignments after, you know, a month. So I say month, and there are some people that I look at them, their legs are even, their neck is moving, and I barely do any adjustments, but they came in anyway because I say, you know, once you're getting better, I work less. I don't work as hard. I'm not going to be doing as much to you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, yeah.
it's easier to put them back into
if I only
place.
have to move this, and this, compared to, okay, now I got to work on your feet and your knees and your elbows and your hands and your neck and your mid back and your low back. That's a long adjustment.
Right. This is. I'm so glad that we have you on the show here today to really enlighten people that have heard about the benefits of chiropractic, but now you get to really hear. I'm trying to ask questions for people that, you know, may want to give you a call for a consultation and come in. Have you ever been to a chiropractor?
I have not.
Well,
I have not, and I'm probably the epitome for someone who needs to be, like, because I'm not healthy. You know, I mean, I know I look healthy, but I'm not healthy.
so you have aches and pains. Have you been?
every
have you been in
morning.
car accidents?
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
might want to go see Dr. Shawn.
And I sympathize with you, being a high school athlete and never really making it past the next level to get paid for what you do. So, but I feel them every day.
It's a long road for nothing, right?
So you, what'd you play?
I was wrestling and
ouch.
weightlifting and the same. So yeah, you have. You know, you think you're invincible.
Oh man, I remember when I thought I knew everything. I remember the moment, and then I remember the moment when I realized I didn't know anything. It's pretty crazy.
No, now you feel it every day.
Oh yeah.
So what kind of tips can you give us as far as, let's say we haven't been to a chiropractor, as far as what's sitting too long?
Well, it's all about the position. So, and I didn't want to harp on you. You know, this is your
I
show.
I know what you're going to say. These right here.
This is
right
your show. So these are beautiful shoes. But, you know, and also
I know.
how you're sitting.
Yes.
So it's a guy, kind of like a guy sitting on his wallet. If you use your phone.
Yeah.
If I put a wallet under me, all of a sudden my hips are off a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
A gal
And
crossing their legs.
Yes.
I call it sitting pretty. You're
Yes.
supposed to sit like this.
Yes.
No wallet. Cross your ankles and something like this.
Yes.
You can roll up a towel.
So like this.
So you got a pillow back there. I see
do.
that. That's fantastic.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. I always tell people to roll up a towel about the size of their forearm, put that back
in the
here.
small of your back?
In the small of your back, because you're
Okay.
supposed to have what we call lumbar lordosis, right? Where it actually curves in like
Yes,
this. Where
yes.
it curves
Oh, right,
in.
yeah,
Yes.
That towel goes right there.
Yes.
So sitting pretty, just like this, is very important.
Yes.
And then also, people have a problem sleeping. Are you front sleeper, side sleeper, back sleeper?
Side sleeper.
Side sleeper, you?
Side, yeah,
mostly.
yeah.
Back is where you want to be.
Yeah.
Sounds weird, but if you have a cervical curve pillow, a neck pillow that actually
I do.
also
I
gives
do.
you that neck curve, you want that neck curve,
Yes.
that lateral curvature
Yes,
there,
yes.
neck curve. If you have a nice pillow that keeps your neck curve there,
Yes.
that's the best position. And also, if you put your legs up while you're sleeping, it's not sexy, but
With a pillow underneath.
with pillow underneath
Yes,
your
yes.
knees, it'll actually help loosen up those low back muscles too.
Huh.
Yes, yes.
If you are a side sleeper, and I have people who say, Dr. Shawn, I'm never going on my back.
Yeah.
Sleeping with a pillow in between your legs is better because then your knees aren't going to cross
Exactly,
over. Right.
exactly.
So you want that spine alignment as much
And
as
those are
possible.
really good tips. And when I was pregnant, I slept like that all the time. I'll hold that tummy. But I have one of those old Sabakawa pillows that they use over in the
Oh, yeah.
Orient.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I form that
Great.
into that curve when I do sleep on my back.
Yeah.
So I know what we're supposed to do, but sometimes we just aren't accountable,
And when,
right?
when I'm stressed, I know that I'll wake up because I was a stomach sleeper for 27 years.
Yeah.
And then I switched over onto my back. Now I can fall asleep on my back, wake
Yeah.
up on my back, but I still, when I'm stressed out, I'll wake up on my stomach and I just, no one's mad at me, but I go back to my back and just
Right.
fall back asleep that way. It's the
Yeah.
best way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Recliners. Have a recliner at the house?
No, I do not.
Good. You have
Yeah.
one?
Nope.
No, good, yeah. They're bad for
Really?
you. They're
I
really,
want
really
one.
bad for
Like
you.
the kind where you
but
put your
they're
feet
so
up like
comfortable.
If you think they're
Why-
so
why?
comfortable. Here's another story. So I just recently looked at a guy's X-rays and I said, "You've been sitting in a recliner for 30 years." And he goes, "How the hell did you know that?" I'm like, I can actually see
can
that
tell?
because his back curve was not there anymore. It was completely straight. Back was completely straight. And full of arthritis, and that's what the back does. I mean, if you think about it, we just talked about good posture. Well, what are you doing when you're doing this?
Right.
There's no back curve there. And if you're doing that,
yeah.
if you're doing that for 30 years, it's going to straighten that spine
Wow,
up.
well, you just saved me several $100.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It just cost
here to
me
help.
a new seat for football season.
But
Exactly.
I have patients who they hurt their backs and they go in the recliner and they feel better in the recliner, but when they get up, they're, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? And I tell them, stay out of the recliner, even though it feels good. And when they do, they're amazed that because the recliners actually, while they're in it, makes them feel better. When they get out of it, they feel worse.
Right. Yeah.
It's bad for you.
Because it's changing.
Changing
the
that
curve.
body mechanics. Yep, exactly.
Huh.
I see.
Interesting.
I see. See, we can always learn.
knew?
Always learn. Well, Doc, I just think this is exciting. I'm going to definitely come see you.
I can't wait to see
Yes,
both
yes.
of you.
I've been having, yeah. Why don't we just make back-to-back appointments
All right,
and we'll
let's
go
do
to
it.
I'm
lunch?
just going to drive
All
into the
right.
office right
drive
now.
me there.
I did.
Drop me off, leave me there.
There you
Yeah.
go. All right.
Sleep on the
Thank
back
you
porch.
so
Thank you so much for having me.
And it's Dr.
job,
Shawn
Andy.
Hanson over at the Tarpon Total Health Care right on Keystone Road.
Tarpon
Or Tarpon Avenue,
Tarpon
excuse me.
Avenue.
On my side of it's Keystone.
You got it.
And over
I'm
there
on Keystone
it's Tarpon.
also.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Crescent Oaks, right around the corner.
That's where we are.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. And thank you. We'll be right back.
Go.
And here we are back with My Chamber TV with the wonderful Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce, and we have Kelli back with her gavel.
Hammer.
Hammer down.
I like that.
There you go. And Cary's vet.
Cary's like, are you going to bring that to our next meeting?
He looks scared. We're both scared. Are we going to get
for
hit?
a reason.
We could use this gavel because we don't use one in our board meeting.
We don't, but I think we need one
There
that
you go.
size.
You get the attention.
It would be you.
It would restore a little more order and a little more
John,
respect.
can I have this? That'd be so funny.
Hey, I understand.
Meeting called to order. Okay, I'll quit playing.
You can play. It looks like you're getting some tension out,
I
right?
like it, yeah. Hour drive up here.
Oh, wow.
So what's the big announcement?
We have big news, and I'm going to let Cary do the honors.
We have a lot of big news. We have a lot of new changes coming up.
Yeah?
You know, we've been talking about it all year, but we're close to launching a new website, which is going to bring us into the new technology of a century. We're going to have the ability to advertise on the website, post our committee and board chairs on the website so people know who to contact. You'll be able to sign up as a membership on the website. Just a lot of new, fresh things, a fresh new look. We've got our new community books that just came out. We're going to do a launch day or like a blitz day in probably the first part of June, where all the board and all the ambassadors are going to get together. They're going to show up in the chamber. We're each going to grab 10, 15 of the community guides and head out to every small business we can in the community that's a member and tell them thank you for being a part of the chamber and a part of the community. So that's kind of fun and exciting. We've got some. It sounds kind of not so exciting, but we've got new computers coming in.
Hey, that's always exciting.
We
Are
got
you kidding?
we got approved through a little bit of help from the county to get our building updated.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to freshen the look, clean some trees out. You know, get a new roof put on, some new carpet.
Fix our deck.
Start having some proper, deck parties at the chamber. So a whole new look, both on our social media piece and a whole new look physically. And then we are getting a new CEO next month.
Yay!
So this is the first public announcement of our new CEO. I won't give up the name because we do have to protect those that are innocent, and and make sure that we notify those that didn't get selected.
Okay.
But we're very excited. The board has approved it. The candidate has accepted, and we're absolutely excited to have our new CEO, who comes very highly recommended from the Florida Association of Chamber Professionals.
Nice.
This particular candidate has a master's degree, has a military background,
Southern,
and holds the Institute of Chamber Management designation, which is equivalent to basically a master's in chamber world. But very well ready. The great thing is his I could say it's his representation of the chamber and the community will far outshine anything that we ever expected to have.
Right.
I mean, we are very fortunate and are going to wrap our hands around our new CEO because it's somebody that we can be very proud of to follow in what was one heck of a legacy.
We had to go big or go home.
I was just going to say the shoes
go big or go home.
We could not make a fast decision. We went through the due diligence.
And how long has it been since Connie retired?
Since October.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Cary's been carrying, multiple hats. But two positions. Interim CEO and our chairman.
So we're excited. The board is elated to the fact that we put it to you this way. The rest of Tampa Bay is going to be talking about our CEO.
They're
going to be going, you got that guy?
How did you get
Yeah, little old Palm Harbor.
Because you raped.
You earned
it.
He's excited. His family's excited. It's going to be a great marriage and a great partnership. The vision that the board has and past chairman have for this chamber, and the vision of our new CEO is a very well matched picture. it's just going to be fun. I mean, it's just getting started. This
know.
chamber
It's very
is
exciting.
just getting started. If you think this is an active community, give us a year, and you're going to see some amazing things.
Wow, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I am so excited for you guys because you're right. You know, Connie Davis served for how many years?
30.
Close to 30 years,
30
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Bless her heart.
Bless her
Amazing.
heart.
And did an amazing,
Yeah.
fantastic job. I mean, her heart and soul was into it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of emotion when, you know, she, you know, decided to.
And a lot of the reasons we were able to attract such, I won't say quality because quality is an understatement, but the most amazing. We had candidates from as far as Seattle and California and Michigan,
Yeah,
and
'cause they made it
Illinois
public
that
and-
wanted to be here and be a CEO of this chamber. And when you think about it, that's because this chamber, as healthy as it is, it's because Connie, it's because of the boards in the past.
And people like yourselves.
And it's our job and our responsibility as new chairman of the board and new board members to keep this thing going in the right direction.
Absolutely,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, we had 16 qualified applicants.
Yeah.
And I've got to give kudos to Cary and his committee because they worked very diligently through gave each and every one their time that they needed, and they discussed and they interviewed and they went through the process. They didn't just, you know, okay, well, these look good on paper.
Yeah, you know what was so funny is, it's not funny, but it's almost scary that when we started down the process of going through the candidates, we had to change our criteria and make it better.
Yeah.
To separate the cream from the crop.
I understand.
We had to add different pieces in there. That like, well, wait a second. We didn't think we were, not that we weren't going to get to that level of talent, but wow, wait a second. Now
I mean, he literally had to do Group A, Group B. I mean, you had to.
Yeah, and so we're excited. That's the big announcement. We will have a name for you released here soon. We are going to do a press release, hopefully in the Beacon and the Tampa Bay Times,
All right.
Suncoast News. We're going to do a Facebook post, of course. Look forward to next month when we do My Chamber TV, the coffee hour.
We'll probably have him on.
Yeah, and
We'd
we'll
like to
have
have him on.
Absolutely.
We'll have our new CEO here.
Yes, that would be excellent.
We're excited. The board is beyond elated because if finally we can let the CEO run the chamber and let the board do what it needs to do.
Yeah.
And
I can read between the lines.
yeah, and I can stop and I can enjoy my evenings and go back to working selling insurance. So which I haven't done in like
And have
about
your
6
family.
months, and see my family too. That would be
mean-
nice. Yeah, I miss you guys. I hope to see you this weekend.
Hopefully soon, since the choice was made today. Signed on the dotted
just
line.
today.
So we're
Signed on the dotted line.
Congratulations,
Thank
you
you.
guys. I'm so happy for you. That's wonderful. Good
Yeah.
job. Well, it looks like it's time for us to say our goodbyes. We could sit here and have fun for the rest of the evening here.
and her hammer.
And her hammer. I'm going to let you close the show. Thanks for joining us for Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce. Kelli Snow and Cary McCord with
And
Co-Insurance.
meeting adjourned.